You think just standing there with a rifle makes you untouchable, the man shouted, storming toward the marble plaza of Arlington National Cemetery's Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. His voice cut through the solemn air like a blade. Tourists gasped. Phones paused mid-record. The man in black, a fitness influencer and amateur boxer, known online as Derek the Hammer, had come to the memorial with a camera crew, hoping to test discipline for views. The tomb guard in front of him didn't move. He continued his 21 steps down the black mat, rifle balanced perfectly, eyes fixed forward. Not a single blink, not a single twitch. He was part of the 3rd United States Infantry Regiment, better known as the Old Guard, an elite unit responsible for guarding the tomb 24 hours a day, in every kind of weather, without fail, since 1948. Derek stepped over the low chain barrier, ignoring the posted signs that read, "Remain silent and respectful." I said, "What are you going to do if someone steps up, huh?" he barked, stepping in close. The crowd murmured. A family with 2 young children backed away. The guard remained motionless. Then, without warning, Derek raised his arm and struck. It wasn't a punch, a controlled tap to the chest, just enough for the cameras. Just enough to break the rules. That was when the guard stopped, instantly. He spun on his heel, rifle locked into port arms. The soldier's voice, honed by months of ceremonial drill and command protocol, boomed across the plaza. "Step back from the tomb." The command echoed like thunder through the sacred space. Derek flinched. Within seconds, 2 military police officers from Joint Base Meyer Henderson Hall rushed in from the perimeter. Their boots pounded across the stone as they grabbed the boxer by both arms, forcing him to the ground. "This is federal property," one officer shouted. "You're under arrest for interfering with the United States Army Ceremonial Guard and trespassing on a protected federal memorial." The camera crew dropped their equipment and fled. Derek, face down now, stammered, "It was just for a video. I didn't mean anything. You're facing a violation of Title 18 of the United States Code, Section 1361, the officer snapped. Damaging or interfering with federal property, including ceremonial operations, is a federal offense. The tomb guard returned to his post without a single glance at the man on the ground. Later that day, Derek sat in a holding room inside Fort Myer, just adjacent to Arlington. A senior Army official entered, Colonel Jonathan Reese, commander of the 3rd United States Infantry Regiment. He placed a file down on the table, his face unreadable. "You have any idea where you are?" he asked quietly. Derek looked up, still shaken. "A cemetery, right?" The colonel leaned in. "This isn't just a cemetery, it is the most sacred military ground in the country. Over 400,000 men and women who served this country rest here. The tomb you desecrated honors those who never came home, whose names were lost in war, World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. We don't even know who they are, but we never stopped honoring them." Derek swallowed hard. "I didn't know." "Because you didn't care to learn," the colonel replied. "That guard you struck, he trained for 9 months to earn that post. Fewer than 20% of volunteers make it through. He memorized the name of every soldier buried there. He can recite them on command. And he does it in silence, out of respect." Derek sat frozen. "You'll be charged with disturbing a military funeral site, and if the judge sees fit, a formal ban from all national military cemeteries. You want views? You'll get a headline now." But something changed. A week later, during his court hearing in the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia, Derek stood before the judge and pleaded guilty. Not because he wanted to avoid punishment, but because something in him had shifted. The court sentenced him to 100 hours of community service, specifically at veterans' facilities and national memorial upkeep, as well as a full written apology to the 3rd United States Infantry Regiment. 3 months later, Derek was spotted quietly scrubbing headstones under the hot summer sun at Quantico National Cemetery, surrounded by silence. No camera crew, no performance. Just work, just reflection. He would later post a video, not of the original incident, but of his apology. "I thought I was proving something, but all I proved was my ignorance. Those guards stand for people who can't speak anymore, and I disrespected them. That will never happen again. The guard Derek had struck was never named publicly, but insiders say he received a commendation from the commanding officer for his restraint, professionalism, and commitment to honor in the face of provocation. So, some uniforms are not worn for power. They're worn for the silent weight of sacrifice. And sometimes, the strongest lesson a fighter can learn is when not to fight back. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.